Hi everyone, it's Charlotte and welcome to My Life With, where we discuss mental health. I've decided today that I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. I know it's only my fourth video so far, but I found some of my books that I write in from time to time. I have several actually that I've written in, and it's just a couple pages at a time. I'll forget where I put it. I'll find a new one and I'll write it in that. This one particularly I have had since high school, I believe. Ripped out all the first few pages I wrote in, and I have written something since then that I believe ties in very well to kind of what I want to talk about today. It's a rather touchy subject. Trigger warning for anybody out there. Sexual assault. Specifically. We're dealing with mental health issues. I had mentioned previously I suffer from PTSD. This is why. I'd like to read this to you. It makes a little bit of sense to me if you think of it in terms of strictly sexual assault. Traumatic experiences in life, no matter the age at which they occurred, linger in one's psyche like a freshly reopened wound. The feeling of said metaphorical wound, ripping its few layers off healed flesh open to bleed pain and agony, is similar to the pain associated with rehashing trauma. The anguish felt by one who has experienced this pain, this dynamic example of hell, is mentally an indescribable feeling. Furthermore, the added disbelief or nonchalance of a loved one adds to the pain, not only mentally but physically as well. Yes, physical pain comes with a crippling depression dealt with by the sufferer. Emotions play the most important role in the process of attempting to heal with and heal from these traumas. Anger, depression, anxiety, denial, and fear are more just some of the very real feelings that arise when traumatic events take place. I screwed up a word here or there, but I can barely read my own writing. So, to go along with this story, as it were, I was raped. Way too many people are in the world daily. And I say people because of all sexes, people are raped. I don't care your opinion. I don't care what you think. Oh, men can't be. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. People, human beings, are raped every day. I want to say, couple of minutes, I'm not for sure on that, somebody is sexually assaulted in the world, not just this country, in the world. To tell my side, 2009, I was sexually assaulted by a coworker at the time. I had been married for 5 months. This was 3 days before my husband's birthday. And I thought I trusted him. I thought he was a friend of mine. This fucker helped me plan certain aspects of my wedding. Just because, the theme of my wedding was Nightmare Before Christmas. I mentioned big nerd. And that was one of his favorite things too. And he helped me plan some things. And took advantage of my psychological state. I mean, we all know why we're here. We all know why I'm doing this. Psychologically, I am not okay. And with the confusion on top of all of that, okay, I'm still getting used to, I just got married, everything's trying to settle down now, I can finally go to the doctor, I can finally figure this out, and basically he caught me at a low point in my depressive cycle, if you will, and took advantage of me. And for years afterwards, years, and I'm talking, this was 2009, Easter Sunday 2013. it didn't hit me that I was raped until then. I was waiting for my husband and my daughter to get up. She was almost 3 at the time. And I was reading articles. I went from one to another, to another, to another, bouncing around the internet. Came across one that basically, overview was, just because the word no did not exit your mouth does not mean it wasn't rape. And that hit me. That was, oh my God. Everything clicked. Everything made sense. And I started crying. I didn't want to wake my husband up yet, so I called my mom. Told her about it. Waited for my husband to get up. Went through the whole Easter Bunny came because she's a little girl. Pulled him aside later. He noticed I was crying and not all there with the happiness for my daughter. And honey, what's wrong? And I told him. His light bulb went off and went, that makes more sense than anything else. Because after it happened to me, we went through the counseling, and I went through some of the worst depression I've ever been through. Thinking, okay, I've just gotten married. You know, he's gonna leave me now. Oh my God, I cheated on my husband. And it, for years, guilt. And I wasn't even sure what had happened. And, you know, this epiphany I have. And I'm pretty sure there is not a better husband I could ask for than my own. Extremely supportive. I went back to therapy. And basically, hey, therapist, this is what happened. And she was the same therapist that got us through the couples counseling after this happened. She goes, that makes more sense to me than you ever doing that to your husband. So I've been trying to deal with the fallout, as it were. Since then, here we are, it's 2018. It's been 9 years. 8 years. I don't do math. It's been 9 years. And I'm still dealing with emotionally now and then coming to terms with this happened to me. I want to say that I've sort of come to terms with it. Once in a while, it'll pop up in the back of my mind and it'll really bother me. And then the next day it'll be, okay, well, that was yesterday. It's literally day by day. My moods change. Welcome to psychological disorders. I still live, as far as I know, in the same city with the guy that did this to me. And sometimes going certain places, I get bad anxiety. I will have a panic attack just being somewhere that I had seen him immediately after this happened, for fear of running into him again. Because, as I've told my husband, I cannot guarantee how I will react. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I'll start screaming and yelling. I don't know if I'll beat his ass down. I guarantee absolutely nothing. Because there was at one point, I was with my husband and one of my best friends, couple of years after this happened, and ran into him. And he tried to be all friendly because I had met my best friend through work, which we worked with him, and he tried to be all buddy-buddy with me, and I wasn't having it. I completely ignored him, and then went rampaging up and down the spot where we were in, trying to look for him to lay his ass out. Like, I was all geared up for a fight. And when I'm geared up for a fight, it takes a lot to talk me down. I mean, if you've hurt me, I'm going to hurt you eventually. I mean, that's how I felt then. Even it takes a lot for that to happen. And luckily for him, I never found him. So, trying to heal from that incident has been a long road. It takes a while. It's therapy. I'm still in therapy for everything. It's taken a lot. It's been a long road, but I know my personal story pales in comparison to some people out there. And if you've been in that situation, if you've been, taken advantage of, you've been hurt, you've been assaulted, pretty much, I feel for you. I don't want to say you have my sympathy, because not everybody's looking for sympathy, but I am here for you. My heart breaks for you. My heart goes out to you, however you want to put it. Way too many people have to deal with this in their lifetime. And for some people, more than once. Some people more than twice. Some people, too many. Point made, too many people have to go through this. And it sickens me how many people do this to people and get away with it. That's the thing that trips me out the most. There are so many cases of sexual assault daily. Add that up by the year, this many a year. This many will get reported. This many people will actually go to trial. And this many people will go to prison. I mean, hundreds, thousands. And maybe 1 out of those 6 people that make it to trial will end up in prison. Because 9 times out of 10, do not quote me on this. I have no statistics. Don't quote me on this. 9 times out of 10, somebody will go in to report sexual assault, and they'll get blamed. The victim will get blamed. Or the one that pisses me off so bad. Oh, well, he was a good student, or he was a good athlete, or he... If you've been paying attention to the news these past couple of years, you know who I'm talking about. I will not name names. You know where I'm going with this. They look at who the perpetrator was, and they take that into consideration when handing down a sentence. And some sons of bitches will get months in prison, as opposed to the years they should be getting because they ruined this person's life because they decided they're going to go and take advantage of somebody, assault somebody. This is disturbing. I mean, if I could personally go out and do something about it, anything about it, I don't know where to start. I honestly don't know where to start. Let's start a campaign. I don't even know. I can't even form a thought about this right now. There's nothing I can say right now that would actually take this down a notch. There's nothing. There's nothing I can do myself personally as one person. Bringing more awareness to this honestly probably isn't going to do much just because of the society we live in. it would take a national uprising for maybe somebody to go, whoa. And even then, because so many people are afraid to report it. So many people are afraid to come out and tell people, hey, I was assaulted. Hey, I got raped. Hey, this happened. Because there is such a stigma attached to it. More so for men. So many people, oh, men can't get raped. Bullshit. Don't tell me that shit, because it's bullshit. If you are forcefully pushing yourself onto one person being another human, you are pushing yourself onto another human. Rape. Male, female, other, however you identify. I don't care. It is assault. And it sickens me. There's nothing being done. I mean, the only thing I can do is sit here and tell you, hey, this is what happened to me, and hope that you are comfortable enough to come forward if you want, and share your story about little detail as you want. I don't really care. Nothing will offend me, and this doesn't even matter, offense or not. If you want to share your story, please do. If you're comfortable with it, I will comment back. If you aren't comfortable with it, if you just want to, hey, I've been there too, I can find some sort of, I don't have all of the social media set up yet, but I'll figure it out from there. But basically, to go along with the mental health, put all this in a nutshell, post-traumatic stress disorder. It does not just happen with veterans of the military. Those ladies and gentlemen have my utmost respect. It is literally post-traumatic, so after a traumatic event, stress disorder. Mine just happens to stem from being raped. So, this is a little more serious today. I'm sorry, it's I get on the topic and I get very, very, not agitated, but very serious about how I feel about it, because it enrages me so much. And it happens so frequently. And I feel like nothing is being done. And there really kind of is nothing being done about it. And that's even more disturbing. So if you feel comfortable with it, comment. I will get back to you as much as I can. If you just want to leave a, hey, I support these people, I've been there too, little as much as you want, and that's only if you want to leave a comment. And I will try my best, I'm brand new to this still, to comment back. And I will see you tomorrow, and we will see how we go from there. See you.